welcome to episode 17 of On Second Thought with Mike and Matt. And welcome to October, the best time of the year. Matt-tober was just a few days ago, so a belated happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time out of your celebrations to address the masses and talk about being 51 and all the things that come along with that. So how are you, sir?
Doing very well. Best month of the year, for sure. You know, my birthday, wedding anniversary, your birthday, Halloween. I mean, the month gives you free candy. You can't go wrong with that.
This is true. And when is the anniversary? It's pretty soon?
October 12th. It's coming Saturday.
Oh. And to put a big do not disturb sign up. Celebrations aplenty. How many years now? How many years of bliss?
28.
28. Wow.
28 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's good. Up, you know, I like any marriage, up and downs and that, but it's going well. Things are well, you know.
I'm trying to do the math quickly in my head here because you're only like 2.5, 3 years older than me. And we just hit our 20th wedding anniversary this year. When you get married when you were 16, 18, 20, 21? What was pretty close.
Yeah, we're Catholic. You know, biblical days and stuff like that. So yeah.
Of biblical proportions.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
no tomfoolery unless there's a ring on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Matt quickly
no shenanigans.
Quickly got out and got a ring. Any ring will do.
Yeah, it's time to make things move and
I'm very
things
eager
to happen here. Yes, exactly. Yes. Lifesavers.
Before we go on, certain parts of the country were hit recently with the hurricane. A lot of devastation, which Matt is going to get into and how that affected him personally here in a minute. But we also have another storm bearing down right now, Milton, which is supposed to do tremendous damage to Florida. So Los and his family and everybody else who's listening from Florida, you're in our thoughts, and hopefully everything goes well for you. My wife is in full on like weather mongering. Like it's all she's watching. You know, she's making dinner, she's on her treadmill, but she's got the weather on and just watching it. And you can see some parts of Florida already inundated with water. So I'm not a weatherman. I don't know if this thing's going to be as brutal as they say. Cat 5 making a direct hit in the Tampa area, and a whole bunch of places in Florida are going to take it in the proverbial chin. What do you think, Matthew?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, you go from Hurricane Helene to this, and it's like, holy cow. And it seems like, you know, North Carolina and South Carolina got hit pretty hard last week with Helene, the flooding and storms and that. And now we got this coming through. It's, man.
Now, this is supposed to not hit those other states, right? It's supposed to just go right through Florida and then out to the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah.
But the last storm that we had, the last hurricane, did not go out to the Atlantic, and it made its way up into the nether regions of Ohio. And do you want to pick it up from there, sir?
Yeah, I don't want to make lightheartedly of, you know, other situations and other people's stuff and that was going on, you know. And, you know, me and J.D. Vance, you know, from Appalachia, you know, here in Ohio. But unfortunately, with the, you know, Ohio and the Ohio Valley, and like, we got very high winds back when Helene came through. And so unfortunately, out at our property, of all the things going on out there at the farm, of all the things that could happen, you know, with the trees, and you got the barn, we got the little house, other stuff and that, a tree took out the outhouse. Okay. Which
All right. So I want to pause for a second. So for those who are listening or maybe haven't listened to our other podcast or just have, sleight of memory like myself, Matt doesn't live on a farm. He's got a house, a regular house in the cul-de-sac. Don't forget the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I got power and stuff here. Yeah.
But his family owns this property about, I don't know, an hour northwest, east, or south of wherever he lives. And that property is what he's talking about, this farm property. So continue. Sir.
Yeah. It's a place to go visit, place that's been in the family since 1968, something like that. It took out the outhouse. Very nice outhouse, as outhouses go. It was pretty nice. What
would Barb say about the outhouse? Because men have a different take on it. She was okay with it.
She's very quick in and out. Just all right. Let's get it done and get out, type of thing. I mean, it's out. Summertime. It could possibly stink and stuff, but there's things that we pour bleach in it, Rid-X, stuff like that, and take care of it and clean it out. But I mean, it had Mike, this outhouse had a skylight in it. Okay, so during the day, the sun come through. At night, you could look up and see stars and shit. It was
and shit.
See stars and shit. Yeah, it was very nice. It was nice. And I did not know this till this past weekend, talking to my dad, that I had never noticed it before, but he built it on rails. So he could take the tractor and pull it off the hole, clean out, do whatever he had to do, and just push it back on.
Did he ever do that?
Yes, he has done it. Every once in a while. Yeah, he's done that, taking it, clean out on that. But he had a very ingenious system that he has also, as far as this metal on the back and everything that collect water, like when it rains, hit on this metal, go and fill the hole, and water and stuff be in there, and it was very nice. It was a very, very nice outhouse.
So he built this with your brother, or he built this himself?
Yeah, he built it himself back years and years ago. He built this. We had one originally, and he upgraded, built a new one, tore the old one down, and this one we had. My mom died in 91, and so probably 6-7 years before that, he built that. So it's been around for a while.
Now, what did your mother think of the farm?
She loved it.
She did?
She loved it. She could tune in 700 WLW out there and listen to the Reds. So she didn't care. Yeah, she loved it. She out there. She was out there. She could read, do stuff and that.
Before we get too far, give us the one line your mother would have said about Pete Rose before we move on.
He was a pompous asshole.
Thank you. All right,
Yep.
So back to the farm. The storm came, took out your outhouse, the Cadillac outhouse, and you haven't been out there yet. So you haven't.
I'm going out this weekend.
So you haven't been able to assess the damage, but your dad has told you that it's a lost cause. It's totally.
It's a lost cause. It's gone. It's gone. So it's gone. We get you.
And so that needs to be broken up and burnt or whatever.
Yes.
And the tree needs to be picked up and cut up and do whatever you do with that tree. And you thinking of putting the outhouse back in the same spot?
So so we're temporarily going to build, just not as fancy.
No, don't say you know, because Mike does not know. Don't say you know.
So okay, yes, I'm sorry. I hate when people do that. It's going to be temporary outhouse we're putting up. Just simple plywood, a couple of 4x4s on top of these rails. Just temporary, just type of thing. My dad has told me to start looking into something new, something different to do, as far as like almost not a real toilet, but they make these things. They make these composting toilets or chemical toilets, off-grid toilets type of thing.
Well, just get a service that comes out every 30 days and gives you a new out, like on a job site.
That's too much money. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much money. That's too much stuff going on there. No. No. So, yeah, I said, look into this. You're the internet guy. You can search and Google things, whatever, find something out. So, I've spent the last week or so, last week, looking at off-grid toilets, composting toilets, and stuff like that. And there's some interesting stuff out there.
Oh, it's a big industry.
Oh, and some of the videos that show about these things, some get into very, very much detail.
One time in my life, I've shit in an outhouse. I'll take you back to, I want to say it was 97 or 98. I can't remember what year. I want to say it was 98. We were in Europe. We were on a 5.5-week tour, and we were in Sweden, which was like the last week and a half of the tour. And we were playing in Stockholm, we played in Linköping, and might have played somewhere else too. We were staying at this, when you play these sort of, grassroots punk rock tours, a lot of times you stay with the promoter. Some nights you'll get a hotel, but sometimes the promoter just puts you up, or a friend of a promoter. Anyways, we stayed at this promoter's house, and his house had to be 45 minutes off the main road. I think, where I live now is pretty far off the main road. This dude was like 45 minutes off the main road. And he had no, he didn't have any running water like that for a toilet. So he had a friggin' outhouse that looked like it had not been maintained. Because I'm telling you, when I squatted, I thought I was pretty close to his turds. And I'm pretty sure to this day that my log came out, took a look, like one of those like Star Wars things where like a long neck comes out, takes a look, and went nope, and went back again. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. So that's my only outhouse experience.
You would like this one, the one we had. You were like, there's no turd touching or anything like that. It was well maintained. It had electrical outlets in it, dude, where you could plug a heater in for the winter time. Get a little heat action going on and everything in there.
I do take that back for 1 second. When we stayed in 2 summers ago. We went on a trip to New York, if you remember, like upstate Rochester area, Catskills, that type of area. The house we stayed at obviously had a bunch of toilets, but the property there, the guy had like this main house that we were staying at, but then he also had like a couple very nice, I call them shacks, but they were just like 1 bedroom, just all open concept. You go in there, there's the kitchen, stove, maybe what you're describing it, where you sort of stay at the farm. And there was an outhouse outside, and there was like, all sorts of chemicals, like material, like on the shelf that you were supposed to throw into the hole in the hopper, the hopper. But I didn't, just a curious person that I was like, I gotta go fucking check out this outhouse and see what it's about. And it looked very nice. But I didn't go and use it at all or anything like that.
Yeah, this one, I mean, you could go in, you could look down a hole if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but you could look. I mean, I would look down and make sure everything's okay. But
oh yeah, if I'm taking a crap in there, I'm definitely looking down to make sure it's like not piled high, and I'm gonna freaking come out with someone else's shit in my ass.
Well, I'm making sure I'm looking down, make sure there's no goddamn snakes and shit or spiders and stuff that's going to come up and do something there. That's what I was. That's mainly what I was. Take care of.
What kind of devious snake would hang around a dung pile and then friggin' bite you in the ass?
Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be the dumbest snake in the world.
Oh God, man, you're sitting there and you get your hanging down and a mate, snake. I don't know how snakes work, but
Matt's afraid of the illustrious poop snake, not his own poop snake.
yeah, the one that's down in there. So I mean, I don't know, what. Yeah, there's creatures and shit.
You're thinking of that scene from Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of aliens and stuff going on in there. But yeah, we're looking at these. So I'm looking at one. It's almost like a bin and bomb with kitty litter. It's almost like a kitty litter type of thing. It could be for far as I know. And there's a turn that you turn. And it's got turd cutters, and it mixes everything around and the cat litter and stuff, and you're
what are you
good to go.
You're going to buy this, and your brother's going to help assemble it, or your brother's going to put most of it together, and you're just going to be like, yep, yep, that looks good, yep, I'll try it out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what we're buying is like the toilet thing,
right? Your brother's going to build your brother's going to. I'm not trying to take any credit away from you. You're going to do some work, but your brother's going to do the lion's share of building something, and you're going to be responsible for the throne that's going to get plopped in.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's going to build the shelter around it.
Now, the little you've told me is that he's not a big fan of the property. He doesn't go out there that much. So is he aware of the craftsmanship that was done before with the rails and the water design?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the rails, but he knows about the outhouse itself as very nice and built well and stuff like that. So he is aware of that. He's aware of the need.
And has this piqued his interest at all, or is he hemming and hawing like, I got to build a damn fucking outhouse?
I think it's more like that. Yeah, I gotta go out there and take time and build an outhouse. But the thing that we're thinking of buying, you could put anywhere. It's self-contained. I mean, you can put it in the middle of the goddamn basement here.
And just squat
and start using it. Yeah, it's like a regular toilet, dude. It's like a regular toilet. Maybe a little bit larger. It's got this container and stuff underneath. And like I said, it's got this big crank on the side that when you're done, you crank this handle and it churns everything up with these turd cutters and stuff and mixes the kitty litter and everything together. And
now, have you had these conversations with Barb at dinner time as you're like biting into like some fresh pork chops or sausage or something like that?
Sausage. No. We've had these conversations, but not at dinner time.
Bedroom right before.
All right. Usually bedtime. Hey, look what I saw. On her phone. Hey, look at this. Look, here, watch this video. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the mood killer. She calls you the mood killer.
Dude, ain't no mood to kill. It's already gone.
Oh no.
Yeah. So. Anyways, that's what I've been saying. I mean, there's YouTube. There's plenty of videos of off-grid toilets and how some of these things work and scooping them out.
If you can harken back to the bad fodder figures days when I got the zero turn, you would say to me, "Just fucking buy the damn thing."
Mm-hmm.
So I am prognosticating here that you're going to just go get by for the remainder of the season with some sort of makeshift, and then next year, and you're going to be hemming and hawing and deciding what to do, and I'm going to have to say, "Sir, shit, or get off the pot."
Literally. Yes, exactly. But you are correct. I think it's going to be, we're going to live out the rest of the season with, we've got a little camp toilet we can use up there. I mean, or just
get some Depends, man. Just walk around with it all day.
Dude, it's 90 acres of fucking trees, man. Just go out there and dig a hole and squat against a tree. And
have you ever had to do that though? Have you ever had to squat and take a shit?
Yeah, back in Boy Scouts. Yeah, back in Boy Scouts had to do that. Dig a hole. Yeah, you were a lot more.
I mean, I don't want to speak for your flexibility, but I'm going to just take a shot in the dark here that you were a lot more flexible in the Boy Scout.
Yeah,
for maybe reasons we don't want to discuss because it was at Boy Scout camp. But
I'm not as bendy now.
not as pliable.
No. Things
in those days, I could take a Pinewood Derby right up. Oh no, never mind.
Some things have loosened up. Some things have tightened up. Some things are hanging low, some things are hanging high. That's what life, old age does to you, Mike. But yeah, we're gonna sit out the rest of the season, and come spring, we'll have a nice, handy dandy, brand new pooping experience out there. Can't wait.
Excellent.
They're not cheap either.
I'm sorry to hear of the damage. Let's talk about just very quickly the monetary aspect of this, because this is not just your crapper; it's your dad's and anybody else. How does does the slush fund pay for that? Dip into that? The old reimburse me, or how is that?
Pretty much what Dad says to buy it, and we'll take care of it.
Put it on the corporate card.
We'll see.
Ranch Helmer.
I think what I will run it by my dad first before I purchase this. I'm not going to just go out and buy this thing. I will make sure he's fully in tuned with the pooping experience out there.
Let's talk about poop. So set the stage here. I'm on my walk today. Matt is texting me about the podcast, talking about the planner and saying he wants to talk about the farm and the outhouse. And I said, that sounds fine. I go, it's been a busy day. I haven't had time to, really come up with the planner. We'll just play it by ear. I got to tell you, sir, the last 30 minutes after I spoke to you were fucking action-packed, and now I have things to talk about. So I got the walk done. There was nothing happened on the walk.
Good.
Yeah, nice. Just about 5 miles done, and I got back in the car and I drove home, and I'm on my driveway. We've had conversations about my driveway in the past, and some people think my driveway is a goddamn street.
Yes,
because it's a half mile long.
Yeah.
So. Various turns to my driveway. It's not a straight shot. Lots of twists and turns. I come around this turn. 2 fucking big horses staring me in the face. Two riders on the horses, so they weren't wild. Young girls, I'd say, somewhere between, if I had to guess, somewhere 18 to 22 on the horses. So I rolled down my window. I started talking. I said, how are the horses today? How are they doing? Good, sir. The horses are doing good. Clearly the girl I was talking to was a little taken aback by this guy stopping alongside to talk about the horses. So I said to her, this is not a road. This is a private driveway. You're aware of that? She says, no, I thought that this was a road, a street or something. Isn't this, shared by all the houses? I go, yeah, it's a shared driveway. It's a private driveway. There's only 2 houses. I'm at the very end, and my neighbor's up here just around the corner. And I said to her, I go, I know, the town I live in, it's a right to farm community. I don't have a problem with the horses being on my driveway. Now, if Lynn, my wife, was in the car, she would have a big ass problem. If Matt Helmer was in the car, he would have a big ass problem. But Mike, who was trying to put kindness out into the world and be open-minded, said, I don't have a problem. I said, I don't have a problem with the horses on my driveway. I really don't. I go, what I have a problem with is when they take a shit. And I didn't say take a shit. I said, when they go, I don't know what I said. I said, when they go. I think I just said, when they go, it's left on my driveway. And I go, I just can't have that. And I go, I'll tell you why. Because if I run over it, I don't know. And then I bring it into the garage, into my house. And now I have horse poop in my house. And I go, I just can't have that. So I go, what I'm asking you is if you're riding your horses, you got to come back and clean it up. And so, she was understanding. She goes, well, if they go while I'm riding them, I just can't get off the horse and clean it up. And again, Lynn would have said, then don't fucking go on my driveway.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Then find somewhere else to ride your fucking horse.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put that out into the world because how it happens is, again, where I live is a right to farm community. You'd get blasted on Facebook, and I don't need that drama in my life. So I said, understood. I'm just asking you to come back at some point and clean it up. The smart person would have said, yes, thank you, right? And she goes, well, it's not like I can walk back here. I'd have to drive back here to pick it up. I go, I'm not picking it up. I go, it's not my horse. I don't want it in my house. So I'm asking if you're going to continue to ride your horses on my driveway. At some point you come back and you pick it up. And she goes, well, can I just throw it into the woods? I said, yeah, that's all I did. I go, it's not like I packed it up and, took it somewhere. I just scooped it up and flung it into the woods. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right, thank you. Just, Mike, I'm glad my, concern is heard. Horses are beautiful. Hope they have a good day. I just want you to clean up after them. And she said, thank you, sir. And the other girl who didn't talk the whole time said, thank you, sir. Have a good night. So we'll see what happens. We have a lot of people, because we're next to the high school and there's like a cut through, we have a lot of people that use the driveway. And I try to tell them sometimes, I go, I don't have a problem with you using my driveway and cutting through, but I go, you got to understand, this is my driveway. I'm not out in the street. So sometimes I'm in a rush, either to go to an appointment or go get my kids somewhere, get to the dump before it closes. So I'm not obeying, the speed limit because it's my, again, it's my driveway. It's my driveway.
Yeah. Right.
Once I get out into the main road, then I'm going, whatever is out there, 25, 35 miles per hour. But I go on my driveway, I might go a little faster because I got to get to point A to be faster. So again, I don't have a problem with you on my driveway, but just know that sometimes I might come flying around that corner, and that's on you.
Yeah, start blowing my horn and get the fuck out of the way. Yeah. Mike's coming through. Meet.
I'm not even going to do the horn. I don't think it's on me to do the horn. I don't know that you're going to be there.
I agree. So this seems so. You've told me this a couple times with horses and stuff like that. So I mean, is there like horse trails around that people are?
I don't know.
Walking on. I mean,
no, not really. I mean, there's like halfway down in my driveway to the left-hand side is the high school, like the football field, and they're doing major construction there because they're knocking the high school down and putting a. I think what they do is they walk. Well, behind my house is a trail. So what I think they do is they get halfway down my driveway, go left into the open field and hug the corner of the field and kind of make like an S. And when they get to the top of the S, then they can get to that trail, and then they walk the horses behind my house in that trail. They come back to the entrance again and then use a little bit of my driveway to get out. So they're not walking down my whole driveway, but they're down, about 50% of it.
Sure.
Now, the issue with the dog that we talked about before, the neighbors, they have traditionally walked their dog all the way down to my house, walked on my lawn to get to the trail behind my house. And we had those conversations on Bad Fodder Figures when my dogs were younger. And I go, I didn't have my dogs. My yard, they have a backyard. I don't have them on a leash. You walk down my property with your dog and my two dogs don't like your dog, that's on you.
Absolutely. Do you have like no trespassing signs or anything up?
This
private property.
Now you're really stoking the flames, Matt, because this is an argument I have with Lynn all the time. She wants to put all this stuff up, private property, and I'm just like, I wanted to do a show one time on signs because signs annoy me. I'm not sure where we got to society with signs, but I think that, the famous song that Tesla
signs everywhere. The signs.
They've always existed, but I feel like now, the political signs have always been there. But then with COVID, you had people announcing like when they're what class they were graduating from, and then what school they're going to, and then now you got like what political cause, or there's just so many signs. I don't want to add to that clutter. And I don't want to come across as that type of like get off my lawn type neighbor where it's private property. I want to get along with my neighbors. Bring the horses down. I love to meet them. I love to, whatever you do to horses, pet, rub them. I am an animal person. All I'm asking you is to clean it up. Be a good neighbor like I'm letting you be, like I'm being a good neighbor. If you want to use the driveway, I don't care. Just clean it up. That's all I'm asking. I don't know how more amenable I can be than that.
Me personally, I think Lynn would be on my side with this.
Oh, yeah.
I would be putting up fucking signs, private property, no trespassing, private drive, blah blah blah, and Mike, I would have a fence, a nice fence, split rail fence or some type of fencing going up and down my driveway so people could not cross it or realize.
Matt, I mean, it cost me $20,000 to pave my driveway, which was only about a quarter of it. How much money am I spending on fencing for the fucking?
I'll come up. Let me get this outhouse taken care of, and I'll be up. I'll be up. We'll be up, dude. We're gonna post signs. Okay, we're gonna post signs. No trespassing. We'll have signs that say "Post no bills, no trespassing, private property."
No horses.
No horses.
No horse
peanut
play.
Poop.
No pepper.
And no horseplay. No pepper games. All that. And we're gonna put a fence up. We're putting fencing up.
So that was part A of my excitement of getting home. Now, if we back up a little bit, over the weekend, we get an email from the guy who bought my mother-in-law's house down the Cape, saying, "Hey, I got some mail. I got some mail for you guys. Can you give me your mailing address, and I'll just put them in an envelope and send them to you." I'm like, "Sure, thanks." We had some small talk. So today, the mail comes, and there's this letter from this woman announcing the death of her husband. Okay, I didn't know people did such a thing, but she's it's not addressed. The envelope was addressed to my mother-in-law, who has been deceased now for coming over to be 5 years this January.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah, she died right before COVID, January of 2020. So it'll be 5 years this January. And so the letter was addressed to her. And then inside is just a typed out thing. It's nothing like, dear so-and-so. It just says, "Hello, friends," writing to let you know that such and, my husband has passed away. And, it's got the obituary on there. So these people live now in North Carolina, but they spent, 50 plus years in Cincinnati. So it's like the whole obituary, thing is telling them all this stuff that these people have done in Cincinnati. They were involved with this church and starting up these organizations and blah, blah, blah. I'm like looking around going, what the, am I in candid camera here or something? What the fuck is all this Cincinnati shit going on? But I should, I don't want to put the guy's details on blast here on the podcast, but I should read it to you at some point,
I would be curious.
All this stuff this guy was involved with in Cincinnati for the last 50 years. I'm reading this going, this is bizarre, and I think that it wasn't written obituaries are sort of written in a certain way, but it wasn't like, "Hey, I'm letting you know that my husband has passed away." It was, it was kind of written in a third person perspective, which was odd too. But yeah, this guy was in, the husband and wife were involved in all these sort of endeavors in Cincinnati over the last 50 years, all these churches and youth camps and stuff like this.
I would, yeah, Mike. When we get some time, I'm very curious about this to see. I mean, yeah.
Wouldn't that be bizarre if you know these people? That would be fucking.
Would that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Jeez, oh Pete.
So that's how. What is today? Wednesday. That's how my Wednesday right before dinner.
Yeah, it's only Wednesday.
Other than that, Matthew, baseball and football are in full swing. Like I said at the top of the show, the best time of the year is always October. You get all four sports. Hockey just started last night. Basketball here in a few weeks, but we're into the baseball playoffs, and football's already in week 5 or week 6. I think we're headed to this weekend. Hard to believe. So just, then for you people that, are college enthusiasts, you get those sports as well going on. So, it's a great sports time right now.
It is.
We talked a little bit last night, man. I think the Mets are
Cool.
they're up 3-1 on the Phillies.
Yeah.
They beat the Phillies today 4-1. Detroit's looking hot. They've shut out Cleveland 2 games.
Yeah, they had a hell of a game against Cleveland today.
Yeah, what about that fireworks with Dodgers Padres?
Padres? Yeah. There's a lot. I don't know if it's rivalry going on there or just, man, that's heated.
Oh, you see some of the fights outside, people getting body slammed on the ground and passed out,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ugly, but yeah, I mean, it's great for baseball, like the stuff that's going on in between the lines, a lot of drama, but playoffs are a reminder. It's not always like what free agents you can nab. It's like who gets the hottest, right? I mean, the Dodgers are stacked right now, but the Padres are just peaking at the right time. And, Ohtani is obviously the best player in baseball, and he's on the Dodgers, and he's had a decent series, but Tatis from the Padres has been something else.
Yeah, they've really coming on here. These just on fire. It's crazy. Like I said, they just could be nothing. All of a sudden, get hot and go to town. It's like, holy cow! Just when you need somebody, they're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who I'm rooting for yet. I can't. I imagine a lot of people said the same thing with the Patriots and Red Sox, that Boston has won enough. I feel like Kansas City has won enough. They got enough Super Bowls, and the Royals won a few years ago. So I'm not really rooting for the Royals. The Yankees can go fuck themselves. So then it's really between Cleveland and Detroit, and I just assume root for Cleveland because Cleveland's never won, but Cleveland is now already down 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going for Cleveland. Just Ohio, whatever. Yeah. Cleveland. I like Cleveland Indians more than the Browns. But I'm going to root for the Padres.
Yeah, I can imagine a guy who roots for the Reds does not care for the Phillies or Mets.
Nope.
And then,
no, I'm not a Mets fan. Never have been. Phillies, yeah. But no, Padres. Yeah, I'd go for the Padres.
And if we segue over to football, sir, both of our teams are 1-4. We're respectively 1-2 in the draft order, according to Tankathon.com. Cincinnati Bengals might be the best 1-4 team ever, and the Patriots might be the worst 1-4 team ever. Your team just needs to get a little defense going, and you'll be fine. You'll be back in the mix.
I tell you what, if you're a lonely male and you want to score, ask to play against the Bengals defense because you're going to score. Bengals defense horrible, absolutely. Joe Burrow is ranked 5th in the NFL.
I said yes.
Right now. He's amazing. He doesn't deserve the defense. Oh my God! So it's absolutely horrible.
No, it's not high starts, high finish, but the problem is they can't lose too many more.
That's what Barb tells me.
And she's like, and when are you going to get on with the finishing? Because this is running long, sir. By long, she means 5
yeah,
minutes.
It is. Oh.
Hopefully she's not an air shot. Probably is. All right. So, yes.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have much to say other than baseball, football. Good to watch both of those playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And let's see, we are what? 22-ish days away from Halloween, sir. Have you purchased your candy, your costume, any sort of parties of the like going on?
None of the above. Costume-wise, I'm deciding I'll probably go as a sexy civil engineer again. That works out pretty good for me every year. Candy, go ahead.
Well, I'm teetering on either, the Limp Bizkit or Beastie Boys look. I think depending on which look you go, here I am very.
You could go either way. You could go either way. You go either way.
Matt is not a fan of my Joe Pug flat brim hat, but he is a fan of my Adidas race track jacket I have on.
The whole look right now works for you.
Yeah.
It's there. Yes,
it's
you
a
have
sight
the
to behold.
I mean, I can just imagine you like that, Mike, in that outfit, doing your walk and do a little Scooby Doo as you're walking down. Just a little mix match. Move. Yeah, exactly. As you're going on your walk, I see that.
I walk very angrily, Matt. I was talking to the therapist this week, last Thursday. The thoughts come in and out of the head. Anger thoughts. Like some shit you can't let go. Like I was wronged in third grade, and this happened a week ago, or this. There's no rhyme or reason to them. They just come in and out of the head, like out of the brain. Things that you just haven't thought about in 30 years, and all of a sudden they just pop into your brain. And so I walk very, very fast and angrily. Not fast like that lady, that famous meme of that lady.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I do have I do put a groove in the pavement when I walk.
I can see that. Now, please tell me, with that outfit you have, you've got some white high tops.
No, I got a nice.
Huh?
I got a nice pair of Nikes.
Get the.
Nice
you gotta have the white. You gotta have the.
I got a nice.
The Reebok pumps or something that you're wearing with those.
The problem with the high tops is and then all of a sudden, I have very muscular calves while I was working out, and if you all of a sudden you start wearing high tops, you look like you're just fucking walking around with like hot dogs.
Cylinders. Cylinders.
Yeah. You need something that you need a low top so you can get that nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a high top guy.
Yeah.
But those are our fashion tips.
Absolutely.
Anything else before we segue into some gaming stuff that you need to talk about?
No, I think we've talked about enough of the freestyles going on here.
Well, just a few news items to go over, Matt. I know that you are a man that likes to. What time you said you get up at? Tell me the routine again. You get up at 5:25, or your alarm goes off at 5:25.
5:25, the alarm goes off.
And this other part blows my mind is that you lay down in bed and you listen to the weather report, the traffic report, and Bob's hearing this all in full blast.
Yeah. 5:25. When I say alarm, the radio comes on. Okay, 700 WOW. 5:25 comes on, and normally commercials like that, and it comes on, and they've little chit chat, whatever. And then at 5:30, the news. You get that morning news. Okay. Talk about things that happen overnight.
Not the morning nudes. The morning news.
News. Yes, the morning news. News. Yeah. And I got my traffic, get my weather, sports. Okay. So I'm laying in bed while all that's going on. And usually around 5:40, I hop out of bed. Okay. And I go, do my, shower, restroom, teeth, all that stuff. Get my lunch packed together and
all right. Well,
head off.
How is the condition of this alarm clock?
It's
is it long?
Alexa,
is it
these days?
Oh, okay. Well, this story here.
It's Alexa these days that does this for me.
Nintendo says no.
Yeah.
Nintendo is making an alarm clock so you can wake up to Zelda and Super Mario sounds. And it's not the successor to the Switch, but according to The Verge, Nintendo has a new piece of hardware to announce. It's a motion-controlled alarm clock. The device is called Alarmo, and it responds to your movements, which means you can snooze it with a gesture or stop it by actually getting out of bed. It costs $99.99 and will be available early 2025. Those Nintendo says Switch Online subscribers can purchase it early right now. This was the mystery gadget that hit the Federal Communications Commission last month, which revealed that the device features a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi radio and the 24 gigahertz MM wave sensor it uses to detect the movement. In addition to motion features, a big part of the device appears to be its immersive sounds, which are pulled from 5 different Switch games: Breath of the Wild, Pikmin 4, Splatoon 3, Super Mario Odyssey, and Ring Fit Adventure. There are 35 audio scenes in total, though you can also connect the alarm to your Nintendo account for more pulled from Animal Crossing New Horizons and Mario Kart 8, which will be free updates coming later. There's some sleep track features as well. So you can check records to see how much you move around in your sleep, set an hourly chime themed to your chosen title, and change between steady or gentle modes for your morning alarm. What do you like, Matt, in the morning? Steady or gentle?
I like my traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 10s.
In steady mode, the alarm will gradually get more intense the longer you stay in bed, whereas gentle mode offers a more consistent intensity level. Are we talking about a vibrator here or a fucking alarm clock?
Yeah, I'm saying, what are we going here with this thing? I mean, you're talking to me, Barb getting crazy about the weather, waking up to the radio. I could just imagine if I got this thing and she's waking up to fucking Mario sounds, what's going to happen?
You can even use sleepy sounds. Do you use sleepy sounds, Matt, ever? Has that ever come across your mouth, sleepy sounds? Hey, Barb, play some sleepy sounds. Use sleepy sounds to wind down with soothing music and sounds at your set bedtime. So is this something you're going to be requesting underneath the Christmas tree?
Would be curious about it, but no, this doesn't seem realistic for me in my world. All right, no, I can imagine this, Barb. Like, what the fuck is this now?
Well, I do have something that is very realistic for you, Matt. I hope you're sitting down.
I am sitting down.
Okay. Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare coming to PC October 29th. For the first time in its storied legacy, John Marston's beloved journey can be experienced on PC in stunning new detail with both Red Dead Redemption and its iconic zombie horror companion story, Undead Nightmare, arriving to PC on October 29th. The new version adds PC-specific enhancements, including native 4K resolution at up to 144 Hz on compatible hardware, monitor support for both ultra-wide and super ultra-wide, HDR10 support, and full keyboard and mouse functionality. Where is your excitement level, sir?
It's up there. It's up. This game, I've said it before on the 40cast and probably many podcasts I've been on, and gaming wise, this is my favorite game of all time.
So
yeah.
So let's pause there. So I have some favorite games. I'm not sure if I have a favorite game, but I have favorite games. Witcher 3. Okay? I have played The Witcher 3 from beginning to end. Enjoyed it, loved it. And I have tried to go back and play it when it's got like the enhancements like PS4 Pro, PS5. And I haven't been able to get into it like the first time. And I'm trying to wrap my head around with that. Like, is it because it's such a daunting game? Like, I gotta be of that mindset that I can fully get myself into it. Like, I haven't gone back and played Red Dead Redemption 2 for the same reason. Because it's such a detailed game and such a time sink. And that's one of my favorite games. I'm trying to figure out what is the problem. But I did play Red Dead Redemption, the first one, multiple times, and it's one of my favorite games as well. I feel that it's a little bit more easier to dive in and palpable, and it's not so open world that it inundates you, overwhelms you. It
had a good balance. It had a good balance between the open world and the immersiveness of the game. I think the story was very good. The immenseness of the open world at that time was great. The things you could do, the characters, the NPCs, the quest, it really got you all involved. Red Dead Redemption 2 had the same, but it was a much more daunting task with the haircuts, the food. There was a lot more.
The bathing.
Yeah, there's a lot more nuances like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where I think Red Dead Redemption had that great balance of everything.
Would it be fair to say that you haven't played it in about 14, 13 years?
I bought it again on Xbox.
Yeah.
I think they did like a remake or something like that, and I didn't finish
I
it.
think they made it available
Yes,
for
I know.
backwards compatibility.
Yeah, but it's been a few years. It's been a few years. I played Red Dead Redemption 2 more times over than Red Dead Redemption.
Okay. So it'll be available at the Rockstar Store, Steam, or Epic Game Store. It doesn't tell me the price right here. I haven't looked at it on Steam myself to see. Let me see if I can quickly get that. I said, is this a full price? They even have pre-orders up yet? Is this a full price game? Are they giving us a little discount? What do you think, Rockstar?
I'm thinking $49.99.
Why do I still have to give my birth date on Steam?
I know.
Haven't we moved past that bullshit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's one of those things too. If it's like stores it somewhere, and if you put something bullshit in, it gives you, problems. Doesn't have a price on here.
I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2, they're still selling for $60.
You can't. It just says add to your wish list. Doesn't. You can't. It's not available for purchase yet. So I don't know what the price is. Interesting. But 2 weeks, be here before you know it. And the Steam sale will be going on maybe right around then, or it might be over by then, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I doubt this would be a sale game.
No. I would be, somewhere 49 to 59 is my guesstimate. Looks nice though, doesn't it? And I've never played I've never played the DLC.
Undead Nightmare?
Never played it. No.
That was fun.
All right, and the last bit of news here, Matt, is around Halo. Okay. Prior to the weekend, they announced that Halo Infinite was going to get a third-person mode. Okay, traditionally you play in first person. They were going to release third-person mode soon. And there was some sort of Halo championships going on, so news was like sort of dripping out, and that was like the first drip. And then they announced that Microsoft is moving its Halo development to Unreal Engine 5. They've had their own engine. I want to call it something like Split Stream, Split something along those lines. But anyways, they've moved off of that engine, and now they're going to Unreal Engine 5, which a lot of Microsoft games are on. And they're no longer called 343 Industries. They're now called Halo Studios, and they say that there's multiple Halo games in the works. So, speculation is running rampant that maybe they're going to remaster or remake, Combat Evolved, and then also work on, the next proper Halo game. Who knows? But anyways, they've moved off of the Slipspace engine, and now we're on to Unreal Engine 5. No longer 343 Studios. They've sacked their leadership. They have new leadership. They've had some layoffs to trim the fat. And now they are full steam ahead as Halo Studios. And they're working on multiple titles. To which I say, Matthew, all good news, all positive steps forward, but the proof will be in the pudding. Time to put up or shut up. You've dragged that franchise through the mud with that last game. The Craig meme will live in infamy, and now you have to deliver. I mean, the visuals that they put out, the little, Unreal Engine 5 thing of Master Chief looks nice. Some of the background visuals look good.
Yeah, the pictures look great.
I think we're still got to be a ways off before we get a proper Halo game, but maybe they just to get their feet wet with Unreal Engine 5, they try to remaster one of these games, remake them. I mean, I know they already had the Master Chief Collection out there, which they've kind of done some of that stuff, but maybe they need a project to wrap their head around Unreal Engine 5, and they'll do something smaller. Thoughts on Halo, where you're at with it?
That's a game, right? I mean, it's always there. It's always been reliable. Going through it, seeing it remastered, seeing it, I guess, in all its glory with updated stuff. Be interesting to see.
Okay.
It's always fun. I mean, that was first Xbox game to play. Was that?
There you have it.
Looks good.
And third-person mode is coming to Halo Infinite this November. Now, the last bit of, go ahead.
Get into that again.
Last bit of news I want to hit you with, Matt, and this is going to segue over to Fallout 76 real quick, is that Season 14 of Sea of Thieves is coming out. And that's going to bring with it a grapple gun, blow darts, crouching, hiding, sneaking, and traps. Out of any of those things, would you like to see any of those come to Fallout 76? Again, I'll read them off. A grapple gun, blow darts, crouching, hiding, sneaking, and traps. I think crouching, hiding, and sneaking you can already do. Obviously, some of the stealth boys and the perk cards. But the grapple gun, blow darts, or traps.
Grapple gun could be nice if you're trying to climb up hills and cliffs and stuff. If it would work for that, I think that'd be cool. That'd be good.
The grapple gun
quickly move across.
The grapple gun was one of the better things in Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing I think I already do in Fallout, maybe. I mean, you could the sneaking. Yeah, you can kind of sneak around, but
how about the blow
grapple
darts?
gun?
I wish if you blow. I would if we had blow darts. It's going to sound weird. We had blow darts. How do I say this without sounding weird? I'd blow the dart on you and make you have this. Hey Matt, what are you doing? Take one to the neck.
Oh, Mike, you blew on me.
All right. The very last thing before we go, Matt, do you have any Microsoft Experience Centers near you?
Fuck if I know.
Fuck if anybody knows. But from now till November 12th, visit select Microsoft Experience Centers and test your wits against a puzzle box reminiscent of the Indiana Jones game. Solve it, and you'll be entered to win a special gold Xbox Series X and wireless controller. Okay, so that's your homework. Go see where the nearest Microsoft Experience Center is to you. Solve the puzzle, and you'll be entered to win a gold Series X and controller.
I'm looking up now. See Microsoft Experience Center. There used to be in Kenwood Town Center in the mall. It comes up Fifth Avenue in New York. We have 3 Microsoft Experience Centers around the world. Huh. New York, Sydney, and London. Well, there you go, Mike.
Yeah, so there's your answer. Well,
never mind.
Yeah. And where are you with the Indiana Jones?
The games or the movies? The movies were great. The games, the Lego game was awesome. I never played the one that they just came out with. And let's pause on that for a minute. So I'm looking at this Microsoft Experience Center's webpage.
Yeah.
The fuckers look like Scooby-Doo. I mean, I'm looking at this dude in this blue shirt. Looks like Shaggy. talking to someone, and then there's this picture of 4 people. It looks like, what's their name? Velma. That could be Shaggy or Scooby. Thelma and what's his name? Sitting there. I'm looking at these pictures.
Check out that Twitter link I just sent you with the Bethesda. I sent it to you in Discord. Okay, let me know when you have that open up. That Twitter link.
Did you send that in a message?
Yeah, on Discord. This is great podcasting, but you have. I need to get your reaction when I show you where to go.
Oh my gosh, maybe sign in and shit.
You're not signed into Discord?
I am. No, it made me go. Maybe I might not be clicking on the right thing in fucking Discord.
Yeah, you should go to your messages, or I can put it in.
There it is. There it is. Goddamn Discord updates.
How can you have an update? We're already in Discord talking.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Okay.
All right.
Oh, another box to open up.
So you have the tweet up?
Well, I've got the. Yes, I do now. Yes.
Okay. So if you have the tweet up, right, and you know how people respond to it, if you can scroll down and see this guy Alex, the indie guy Arnold, his Twitter handle is Alex Arnold 88, and he's got 4 pictures of his of his basement.
Yes.
Have you seen anybody else in the world that's got that much Indiana Jones shit? Holy fuck, this guy.
No.
Wow.
Holy cow. Look at, oh my.
This is unreal. So if anybody else wants to follow along at home, you go to Twitter, look up this guy, Alex Arnold 88.
There's a problem here.
There's some problems.
There's a problem here. He's got all this Indiana Jones stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole room looks like everything is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has a baby Yoda on his coffee table.
Yeah, but
sitting there, right in the center.
Yeah, well, yeah, but if you look at one of the other photos he has, there's another Yoda as well, and he's got the Yoda dressed up as Indiana Jones with the hat on.
Okay, I see that one there. Yes.
Yeah.
The picture of him laying on the floor is a nice touch.
Yeah, that's the other thing. This guy does not look like he's. I mean, if I had to guess, he looks like he's somewhere between 28 and 32. And it's sir, Indiana Jones was probably well past its prime before you were born.
Yeah.
Anyways, check him out. Twitter, Alex Arnold 88. I've never seen anybody have a collection like that before. Holy shit.
I mean, wow.
Yep. Anyways, we've babbled on long enough. This is episode 17. Great as always talking to you, Matt, and we'll be back in a few weeks. You too.
Yep.
Fuck you! That's my name!